welcome back, guys, to another live stream. If you're here on a Friday night, you are a complete degen. No question about it, right? What's up, Mark?
How you guys doing?
What's up, man? I know you've been creating a lot of content out there right now on YouTube. Man, there's been so many things going on. We're going to try to dive into just about everything in this video, guys, or in this live. So you guys know the drill. As you guys are coming in, smash the like button out there. Let's push this out there. There's not a lot of people live right now on YouTube, right? Not a lot of people talking about crypto right now. So let's try to get this room as full as we can get it. That'd be awesome. But we got a lot of things to get into. I feel like we have to kind of start around the Bitcoin ETF. You know, I guess where I want to start right here, Mark, is basically what's going to happen when this thing's approved. It feels as if it's kind of a foregone conclusion, right? That we're getting really close here, that it's basically on our doorstep. What exact, time frame we're looking at? It could be Monday or Tuesday. We got new information today that basically, it's pen to hand, final things are being signed and all that sort of stuff. So before we get into, are we going to see a crash or a pullback, all of that, what's going to happen? Just what's your kind of first take, if you will, on the Bitcoin ETF as a whole, man?
Well, honestly, I talk to people and they truly don't understand what exactly it's crypto. I think it's completely undervalued, and the impact yet to be experienced. And I think what we're signing up for is going to be completely short of where it's at once it comes approved.
You're cutting in and out a little bit. Are you on your AirPods? Okay. It says bad echo, so we're getting a double audio feedback. On your end, go ahead and maybe, I don't know, do you have echo cancellation on by chance?
Let me try
something. I have it off, and I have reduced mic background noise and stereo audio. Not that.
Is that better?
Is that better, guys? Let us know. That should be good, I think. Sounds better on my end. How does that sound now? Mark, go ahead and talk.
Yeah, I think it's good on mine.
Okay, yes, better. Okay, cool. So yeah, man, just what were you saying now? Just basically how big this thing is, and people don't really realize how much capital is coming in, and how big this could be for Bitcoin.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of wise, just truly bigger than what we're even thinking about. 13 companies filing for the spot ETF, and that's for itself.
It says there's, okay, I'm getting some mixed signals. All right, we'll try to, still an echo. All right. You're like cutting in and out on my end. Like your audio's there and then it's not, it's there and then it's not. It's like a delay, they're saying. Still echo, NYFC Capital. All right, we'll try to figure that out. We're just going to keep rolling with it, guys. This is what you got to do. It's live TV, right? So we'll try to figure that out. Mark, if you want to kind of work on that, I'll kind of take us through some of the big things here we've got. One of the big stories is people are kind of foreseeing a Bitcoin crash amid a big washout. Honestly, I thought we would see a little bit of a pullback at the end of 2023, just because it was such a great year in 2023. I thought more people would take profits. I mean, we saw Bitcoin go from 16K upwards to 45,000 from January to year's end. I thought we'd get a lot of people taking profits off the table. I thought we'd at least see a 38K Bitcoin. That's not what we saw at all, which was kind of shocking. But we could still get that. And here's the thing. We are in for some kind of correction at some point. Bitcoin always draws down 20, 30+%. So the fact that Arthur Hayes foresees a 30% Bitcoin crash, this headline makes it sound like it's a lot worse than it really is. It's really not that bad. In fact, a 30% correction would be something I could see. Now, when will that correction happen? Will it come after the ETF is approved? Will we see Bitcoin go to 50K and then get that 50% correction? That's what we're going to be watching for. I think a lot of it's going to hinge on when these ETFs get approved. Do we meet the January 10th deadline? That's going to be a really big question mark that we're going to be watching for. So the news that came out earlier today was this. Eleanor Tourette, who we've had right here on the channel before, over at Fox Business, she said, here's BlackRock's amended 19B4. We got the full doc here, which, by the way, guys, I've skimmed this thing. It's 117 freaking pages long. So a lot going on in there. But this is kind of the highlight here. Basically, this section here. So the exchange proposes to list and trade the shares under NASDAQ Rule 5711, which governs the listing and trading of commodity-based trust shares on the exchange. iShares Delaware Trust Sponsor LLC, a Delaware limited liability company and indirect subsidiary of BlackRock, is the sponsor of the trust. The shares will be registered with the SEC by means of the trust registration statement on Form S-1. So basically, it's a dotting of the I's, crossing of the T's. You know, what's really interesting, I've been talking about this quite a bit, is the fact that the authorized participants on BlackRock's ETF application, one of them is JP Morgan Chase. Isn't that hilarious, considering that Jamie Dimon has been on the record recently saying Bitcoin's a scam and it's all going to nothing? This is why you can't listen to what they say, especially when Senator Warren's watching and other people who hate crypto. You got to watch what they do. And what they're doing is they're jumping right on the backs of BlackRock and getting on board. You watch the narrative switch as soon as this thing gets approved. It'll be completely different. As soon as the powerful people at the top are able to monetize this and make money, because let's face it, up to this point, they are not in control. Up to this point, they don't have the control. The control is in the hands of the people. And it still will be in some cases, right? Because it's crypto. But let's just call a spade a spade. BlackRock's coming in here not to finish second. They're coming in here to finish first. They're coming here to win the overall game, okay? They're coming in here to dominate the space. And they will. They will. But the good thing is, this is the one asset class, the one time, at least in my lifetime, and I think for a lot of people out there, that we're actually going to be before the quote-unquote suits. We're going to have our positions and be ready to go before the big money comes in. So that's going to be extremely interesting to watch this all play out. I don't think all this money is going to rush into crypto all at once, right? It's going to be kind of a staggered play, if you will. But let's see if we can bring him back in, Mark, and see if the mic's back. Mark, are you still there, or are you still trying to work out audio issues and that kind of stuff?
Still trying.
Okay. And if you want to go ahead and give them something, we can see if we get some feedback from people and see if there's, see if it's better or something. Sometimes when two people get on, it could be a little issue. Mark, I'm going to go ahead and screenshot what my audio settings look like. And I feel as if you match these, we should be pretty decent. So let me go ahead and send him a message real quick. Boom. That's what my back end looks like on the audio stuff. Oh, you guys can all see it there, huh? Yeah, there it is. Boom. Okay, so we've got that. That's the news. Latest news came out right around 5 o'clock. All right, so we didn't get it today. We're expecting potentially to get it, Monday or Tuesday, which still would meet the deadline. Still would be right on par with what we thought. We've got, a lot to get to in this live stream. We're going to talk about XRP. What the hell's going on with XRP's price? We're going to talk about SHIB. I know we got a lot of SHIB people interested in what's going on with the burns. Can we get more clarity there? Getting a big echo there, feedback. We got the Bitcoin halving coming up, of course. We're touching base on that as well in this live stream. We're also going to talk more about the Bitcoin ETF, and we're also going to talk about the crash and what kind of crash it could look like. And when I say crash, more of a correction, right? Bonk is crashing again. So let's see who we got in the chat. We got a lot of people hanging out with us here. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys rocking with us here on a Friday night. Yep, still echo. Okay, still an echo there at 9:07. Still echoing. Okay. Appreciate you guys as always for being here, rocking with us. Definitely love you guys. I expect a pump and then a pullback. ETF will take some time to get live. Yeah, I think so too. This is kind of what I'm looking at, TC Orange. I think we can expect a pump on the news initially. It's going to be extremely volatile. I think we can see a pump and then probably a big profit-taking move. And maybe, I'm kind of answering my own question from earlier here. Maybe, just maybe, the reason why we didn't get a big sell-off, the reason we didn't get a big sell-off at the end of the year is because of the ETF that's looming. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why people didn't take the profits off the table yet. and they're waiting for this ETF to be approved because they know that there will be some more capital flowing in the short term, and they can actually miss out on gains if they would have took profits there at the end of 2023. Maybe that's it. 2022 was a very different year for crypto in that a lot of people did what's called tax loss harvesting. A lot of people lost their ass in 2022, right? And they just cut some of their losses and got out of there, right? So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But I think TC Orange, I think you could be onto something, right? We're all speculating, right? But 77K Thomas says, us traders need volatility 100%. Volatility is the name of the game, right? When you're a trader, for sure. No doubt about it. Volatility is good when you're a trader. That's for sure. So we're taking a look at some prices here. Let me make myself a little smaller there. We can see that a little bit better. We can zoom in on that a little bit. So we got Bitcoin here just under 44K, relatively flat today. Overall market, we're down a little bit. A lot of that pull down though is, some of the top cryptos like BNB, Solana, Cardano. Look at Avalanche down 6%. This is really what's pulling things down because Bitcoin actually in the green today in the last 24. But overall we're down because some of this capital is shifting back into Bitcoin, right? As good as some of these altcoins have looked in the past, 6 to 8 months, we're not even close to an altcoin season. Bitcoin dominance still is dominating, right? Try to bring back Mark here back into the fold. And, we're still waiting for a big altcoin push. And what we're waiting for is Ethereum. That's really what it is. And I think all eyes will shift toward Ethereum once Bitcoin ETFs are approved. More and more people will start looking at Ethereum then. Will an Ethereum ETF be next, right? So we're going to get to a lot of this stuff in the live stream. We're just about 12 minutes in. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us here on a Friday night. Definitely appreciate it. Up over 200 people rocking with us on a Friday night. Hey, we'll take it. That's awesome. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Let's get some more folks up in here. Let's see if we can bring Mark in here and get these audio issues resolved.
Still echoing?
We'll let the people tell us because you sound good to me. You sound good on my end.
Yeah, it says it's for both co-host.
What's that?
So it's a StreamYard.
Okay, you're cutting out a little bit. Your audio is fine on my end, but you're like, I'll hear a word, then I won't hear a word. Not working. Okay. And that's, getting a feedback loop there. Shit, man. I'm trying to figure this out on the fly. I'm trying to think of what this could be, man. I don't know. I set the audio settings. I mean, I don't know. That should be it. You don't have headphones in or anything?
No.
Okay. StreamYard been acting goofy today. Some people are saying, okay. Smash the like button for sure. Yes. Still echoing. You are echoing to a little off and on. I'm echoing a little off and on too. Just restart the live. I'm gonna try the mic. Okay. It gets techno every now and then. That's interesting. I don't know what's up with that. You think they would do an XRP ETF in the future? It could happen down the line. Yeah, I definitely think, a lot of the attention is going to shift to major altcoins like XRP once the Bitcoin ETF is done and approved, right? Once that's all settled, here's what I think is going to happen. Let me make this, I don't like this white screen actually. Here's what I think is going to happen. Once this thing is resolved, Bitcoin ETF, then people are going to start looking, okay, there's not as much money here to be made as I thought there was. Because let's face it, Bitcoin's pretty big now. I mean, it's still a great investment long term, right? It's still been the best investment in the last 12 years. But people are going to look and say, wait a minute, Ethereum could potentially 10x what Bitcoin does? Wait a minute, Solana? Wait a minute, XRP? What do they do? Okay, so yeah, I mean, you're talking about a $31 billion market cap versus an $860 billion right now. And the big money is going to see this, and they're going to want a piece of it. So yeah, do I think an XRP ETF could be in the future? Yes, I think a number of ETFs, especially, getting exposure to some of these top plays, like your XRPs, Cardanos, Avalanches, these layer ones, right? Hell, there might even be a, meme coin ETF. Imagine that. DOGECOIN, SHIB, Pepe, Bonk, what have you. Why not? Why not? right? If there's money to be made, why not? So let's see here. Mark, you got the mic back up and on here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if we got it.
Give me some issues.
That sounds good on my end. So I don't understand. We'll let the people talk and see. Did that sound okay to you guys? We'll see what they say in chat. ICP, Boomer. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Crow is a layer 0. Yeah, I want to talk about Cronos a little bit too. I think Cronos is a really good price point right now. We'll hit on that real quick. Cronos, it's been struggling to get over 10 cents. Where is Cronos here? There it is. It's been really struggling to get over 10 cents and hold it. So as I keep seeing that rejection, look at this last month, right? We get up there, we hit 11 cents, but it was very short-lived. Not really, right? Go out to the year here. Look at that. I mean, we popped back in November. We've just been hovering right here. So I feel like this is a really interesting spot for Crow because once we do break out of that 10-cent range, look out, right? We've got some room to run. I mean, upwards to and somewhere between 15, 20 cents, I would say. You don't have a lot of resistance here. Keep in mind, Crow almost hit $1 in the previous bull run. Massive, massive community, which that is a big deal in crypto. Without a community, you don't have anything. Doesn't matter what your utilities are. And the thing with Cronos is what I've seen them do, obviously with their rebrand, they're Cronos now. Why? Because they've basically created their entire ecosystem very similar to what BNB has done. And there's actual utility for the Crow token, right? It's not just a random exchange token that you swap in and out of and there's real no use case. Cronos has use case. I think another area where they've already got a really big head start is the credit card and reward cashback, that their whole system there. Eventually, Visa and MasterCard are going to be heavy into crypto, and you're going to be able to swipe your Visa card and pay with crypto or cash or whatever, right? And Crow's already got their ecosystem. They've already got it built, right? They're getting into gaming as well. I think Cronos is more than just a centralized exchange. I know a lot of people just look at it in that vein. It is the one exchange token, in my opinion, that I would invest in ahead of this next bull run, and I am invested in it. BNB, I think, is really solid. I think it's going to do really well. But, you know, with all the hoopla in the United States there and the fact that it's a little bit higher market cap already, I'll push that one to the side for Cronos, in my personal opinion. Mark, I'd love to get your opinion on it, man, but let's see if we can get this thing worked out, hopefully.
Yes, there's 1,000.
You still there?
Yep.
Okay. How does that sound, guys? I do have a little, what is this again, Mark?
Bourbon.
Bourbon, yeah. I haven't drank in like 4 days, so I'm having a little glass of bourbon on Friday night. Still good? Echo. Okay. Is it just Mark that's echoing or double echo? Sorry, Mark, still echo. Have you tried to get all the way out, Mark, and come back in?
How's this one?
We're going to get this thing figured out. We're going to figure this thing out.
Trying the AirPods too. It's still not.
Yeah, maybe try that. I don't know. You sound perfectly fine. No, just Mark. I don't know, man. This is weird. Sorry, speak again. Better. They're saying better. They're saying better.
Okay, what about now?
What about now, guys? Try to turn off speakers. Yeah, try to turn off speakers. How do you turn off speakers? I don't have any speakers on. Do you have any speakers on? You can only run one mic at a time. Why is that?
I think what's happening is I'm going through your microphone. That's the double echo.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see.
I think you have to go in your settings and do the echo cancellation.
Okay. How about now? We might
Better?
have. Oh, I think that was it. My bad, dude. My fault the whole time.
I know you screwed up. Fine.
Dude, I think that was it.
Yeah.
No. Nope. Okay. I turned off.
It sounds way better.
Man. We're trying to figure this out, ladies
It
and
has to be
gentlemen.
good because there's no. Yeah, there we go. We're back.
We're back. He's good. It's definitely better.
Yeah.
Perfect. We're back. All right. Come on in, dude. Come on in. Join the stream.
We're back. Cheers, everybody. We're back.
Let's go. All right. My bad, guys.
So let's talk some crypto. Enough of the BS, right?
Holy shit. I had the echo cancellation not on.
Yeah.
100% better. All right. Dude, we got 220 plus people hanging out with us on a Friday night. We got to figure this shit out.
And you screwed me with the settings. You got to go back to school.
My bad.
Right? Go back to school.
I'm not going back to school. I spent way too long in school. All right. So what are your thoughts on Crow? You heard me ramble for the last 20 minutes.
I think Crow just falls in that category, man. That we're entering. It's one of those cryptos that had extreme success. You have the chart up, but you look back in the bull run, 2021, and what they brought to the table. And obviously, I think they kind of went a little ahead of the mark. I think with the staking rewards and a lot of those benefits that came with Crow, and that was kind of it got me into the fold. We talked about it with opening up the card and going down that direction. I think it just got kind of over leveraged, if you will, I think for that period of time in crypto, but long term Crow is definitely one of those that's in my, my top watch list for sure.
They say, Zach, stop drinking. No, I hear that. Dude, this is my first bourbon. It was second sip. Yeah. So it was first sip. It was first sip, guys. So, I mean, it wasn't even.
It was dry January.
Take a shot. Well, it was. Yeah, I tried until we wanted to do a live stream on a Friday night, and then
maybe in the desert, guys. Jeez.
So, if you guys don't know Mark, by the way, quick plug, shameless plug here for my guy. He's been growing. He's been posting a ton of stuff on YouTube. I'm going to drop his link down here, guys. Go ahead and show him some love. I think we can get him up there close to 4,000 subs tonight. What do you guys think? I think it's possible, especially if we get some more people on the stream. I won't do this 100 times. I'm showing my guy some love here because he's grinding, he's working hard, he's doing the thing, and it's not an easy gig, guys. As many of you guys know who are YouTubers, I know a lot of people have started channels, and listen, I mean, he's posting all kind of content. Go over and check him out. Make sure you guys give him a follow over on X as well. If I can find his X, there it is. It's at NYFC over there. I'll drop that in the chat as well. And yeah, definitely go over and check him out. There's his handle there. And again, let's try to run his YouTube up close to 4K today. All right. So we've got a lot to talk about here. We've got a lot to dive into, Mark. We've got ICP. We've got what's going on with XRP. Where do you want to start here?
Yeah, XRP is one of the big ones I cover for sure. Great community there. Obviously, XRP Army. Probably a lot of you guys watching, see my videos from time to time. But that's kind of been you look at obviously that sharp red dive, and that's kind of one of those cryptos, right? That's why isn't it running? I think we see that with a lot of the top 10 cryptos where, you get that blue chip reputability and that reputation. And, you look at all these billions of dollars, but then we can let, a tweet or something or some insiders, and you see that market manipulation more so with this. And it's kind of a mixed bag. And, it's funny because I post a lot of content with XRP, and, they do the scheduled releases, right? With the, Ripple and that whole dynamic with XRP. And a lot of people say, oh, they're dumping on XRP, but it's really just kind of reinvesting into the future. But it's something where you look long term. XRP has its own category. That's where I stand on it. There's a few cryptos in that list, probably about 4 or 5 of them. But as it relates to XRP, they're, in my opinion, and they're firmly in their own category for what they bring to the table. Cross-border payment solution. It's something different than Bitcoin, different than Ethereum, different than Cardano, Solana. You go name your crypto. XRP has the potential to truly be in its own class. And it's going to be something, I think, as we get into this next wave of, acceptance, and you call it a bull cycle, whatever. I call it just lessening the bull crap that we're in right now with regulation, government, and everything being imposed upon us as traders and crypto people. It's just kind of a horrible, horrible time. And I think XRP, you can see what they're doing nation to nation. And Ripple, if you follow Ripple, you really can dive into that. But it's something where it's much more longer term than what we're seeing from that sharp red spike or trough that we saw with that red candle with the Bitcoin ETF falling short with the news being released for January. So whether that happens or not, XRP, like I said, it's in its own category as it relates to price action, everything. That's just how I feel about it. So obviously you cover XRP as well, so you probably have your own opinions.
No, I love the breakdown, and I'm with you. I think XRP, I think you hit it on the head there at the end. I think it's definitely a long-term hold. It's not something that is short-term swing or, hey, let's ride this narrative or this wave for a minute.
100%, 100%, yeah.
It's a crypto that is evolving, still getting adopted, still trying to figure out how big this thing can actually get. Because one thing that can't be denied is the technology that Ripple has. And like what this brings to the table is unlike anything else. From a price standpoint, and I want your 2 cents on this too in a second here. From a price standpoint, I always say, when in doubt, zoom out a little bit. I mean, we have had a little drawback, but keep in mind, we're still up 70% on the year. Mm-hmm. Had a really positive ruling back in July that, basically said that XRP was not a security in the eyes of retail investors. Now, they'll come back to the table in April of 2024, which is going to be interesting, by the way. It's going to be right around the time of the Bitcoin halving that we'll be having that go on, where the SEC will try to fight their case further, especially on the institutional side, and they'll try to go at Brad Garlinghouse and company. We'll see what happens with all that. But again, that's why this is a longer-term play, because we're still in the midst of the BS, right?
And guys,
go ahead.
Just to follow up and kind of take where some of the chat's going, I see a lot of posts in there. Interesting article, though, if you want to bring up Bull Run 24, bring up that comment. It is a fascinating read. Fox News, I don't know if it's a reporter, analyst, whatever. A very interesting article you can find, I think, on Fox News about the Federal Reserve, huge backing, buying back XRP for 30 to 50K. Kind of outlandish, probably more of a fraud kind of rumor thing. But yeah, like guys, if you're into XRP to get rich, it's going to be a couple years, okay? Unless you're really heavy hitting and trying to swing trade, 10, 15, 20, 25% with large volumes of capital. That's kind of just, it's not the crypto to be talking about. We're not like trying to 10x XRP by the end of 2024, okay? It's just not going to happen. We can talk about those cryptos in this stream, but it's not XRP. It's more XRPs like that 2030, 2035, like and beyond, establishing itself in the top 5 and beyond. So, but yeah, that's the article. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I didn't really know how to interpret it though, because personally, she looks like she's full. I wouldn't trust her.
Well, don't talk that about Eleanor's been on the channel. Eleanor's a great person.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Channel, yeah. She's from Fox.
Oh, I thought she was just pumping smoke with the 30,000 buyback. That's fascinating. All right.
Eleanor's got a good pulse of what's going on. Don't talk shit about.
Get her on. Get her on. All right, get her on here. Well, I want to apologize to her.
You want to be a guest? You want to be a guest here again? You can't talk about my former guests like that.
All right.
But Eleanor's guest, I guess. Eleanor's awesome. She actually came on once before and talked about XRP, and we broke it down. She's had a pulse on this, so I mean, there's something there. I'd be interested to kind of bring her on actually, and see.
That's actually good because I'd like to know more about this person. I didn't ask her because I really had trouble kind of getting into that. So,
no, I'll make a note of it too. I've been meaning to bring her back on too to kind of get an update on the overall kind of space there. I'm going to probably botch, but it should pop up here. Yeah, there it is right there. So we had her on about 4 months ago, Eleanor, and she had some alpha for us a couple months ago. So yeah, maybe we'll bring her back on. And
I'd like to apologize to her. I'm sorry. That's horrible. I said that.
Hey man, things happen. We're live on the air. There you go. I'm sure chat had a field day with it. That's cool. That's cool.
Ratings, right? It's for the viewers. That's it. But yeah, let's get off of the XRP. It looks like, we got a lot of other cryptos people want to bring up. See a couple mentions. What's a good 10x? Zach, what's a good 10x for you right now? What's your? I have mine.
Yeah. Well, I guess my question would be to Go Gadget here. It's like, what's your time frame? Because like all 10x's aren't created equal, right? It's like, are you talking about a 10x like tomorrow potentially? I mean, because my 10x that I just had that came out of nowhere, almost 10x, was freaking Myro. Did you see this damn thing? The Solana,
right?
Yep. Yeah, now it's pulling back a little bit, but look at the 7-day.
Yeah, the chart's still. I mean, that's the thing, guys. I think you can see the Bitcoin, the correlation, the coefficient's real. I think altcoins get hit harder. It's just going to be volatile. I mean, how stupid is this last week, guys? Somebody comes out and says that there's a 90% chance that Bitcoin's not going to have their ETF January 10th, or whatever that news was, and the market tanks, and then the next day gets bought back. It's complete market manipulation at its finest. And like we're talking about XRP in that same vein, you're not in. I mean, if you're letting one of those things, and then it's different if we get a cascade, a domino effect of just red, but I mean, if it's just something where there's no change of that news, it's still coming. And I think the bigger topic would be not, should we sell, should we buy, because of this dip that we're seeing from the Bitcoin ETF. I think the bigger question is, do we want the Bitcoin ETF? It's like, is this a positive for crypto? Do we want financial advisors buying people crypto without using a decentralized exchange, using Wall Street? I mean, that's kind of where it comes to, is adoption, is all adoption good? It's kind of like, all press is good press, but like, is all adoption good adoption?
No, hold that thought. And everybody in chat, weigh in on that. I do want to get to Go Gadget's question, because he did say within the next 2 months, which is going to be tough. That short time horizon is tough, but we'll go through a few. But I want to come back to that Bitcoin point as well, and just talk about the pros and cons of the ETF as a whole, because I got some thoughts on that. But 10x potential, as I'm looking at it in the next 2 months, you're probably gonna have to look outside the top 100, right? I mean,
but that's another thing, guys. If you're talking small caps, you're talking startups, you're talking meme coins, shit coins, whatever you want to call them, there's different ways to go about it. But if you are asking what's a 10x within the top 100, we can have that discussion, and we could, I for one would at least turn you on to a couple that we talked about, because there's a couple that I'm into looking for a 10x, and obviously no one has a crystal ball, and it's not financial advice, but as far as it relates to buy investments, yeah, I can definitely shout a couple out off the top of my head.
I think the first crypto of these top, 6 here, with excluding Tether, of course, but between Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, and XRP, let's just start here, okay? Let's play this game. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, or XRP. Which one could 10x first?
First would be Solana. First would be Solana, just because of the volatility.
Okay.
And if you look at Solana, it's definitely outperformed. I mean, Bitcoin basically 2.5x and two. I'm sorry.
Solana could go from 100 to 1,000.
I'm just saying, out of those 6, I don't think. Me for one, I don't think. And I think Bitcoin even 10xing is going to be a battle. Bitcoin probably has the best probability, but you said the fastest. Out of those 6, I would say Solana. If assuming that all 6 of those would 10x, Solana would get there the fastest. Is what my point was.
Interesting.
But gun to my head, I don't think that really any of them but Bitcoin have the potential to 10x from the total market cap right now.
From today. I would have to go
down a little bit farther. Oh, really? Yeah, and that's kind of like another thing.
Yeah, and looking at this
being in its own category, yeah, for sure.
And we can go to the next trough here, but I would go with XRP. Somebody already said it in chat, simply because of how hard Solana's already run, right?
Yeah.
And I know Solana has a lot of room to go to back to all-time highs and things like that, but XRP, while it's not likely to 10x fairly quickly, it could. And how it could do that, I wouldn't say in the next 2 months, but it could, like, I would say May. If we get some fantastic news in April, coupled with the Bitcoin halving, coupled with a bunch of capital coming into the markets, and then there's like rumors of an XRP ETF or Ripple ICO or something big where like Ripple completely has whitewashed the SEC and all of the court cases. It's going to be adopted and here, and here. You know what I mean? Like there's an outside chance it could happen. And I feel as if, like, if we're looking at like from now until like May, June, I would have to say XRP. Is it likely? No. Bitcoin, I don't think it's going anywhere close to a 10x in this cycle. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I think you're looking at 2030 to see a $400,000.
It is interesting if you guys want a good look and kind of what my in that experimental argument that we just had. If you have the charts up next to each other, you look at Solana's 2023. Definitely, I think in that 1A, 1B, maybe if just not the sole winner of the most outperforming crypto for 2023 in terms of the large cap cryptos. It's something, it's kind of fascinating actually to watch how that ecosystem has thrived. And I actually, so it's just kind of, but if you go down a little bit further, we can get into some really good 10X talks.
Yeah, let's do it. So let's
do
take
it like the old Price is Right game. I'll tell you when to stop. How
about there?
Well, DOGECOin, we got it. DOGECOin at 10X would basically be all-time high, but I'd be a little bit farther. But if you got anything to add on these guys, I think Cardano is a very firm 10X for me, at least for my personal holdings.
I think Cardano in this cycle.
Yeah. And it's not sexy. You're going to hate it. You're going to hate holding it. But if you're playing the low and slow approach.
I disagree. I love holding it for those reasons because it's like a stable.
You don't have to worry about it. Yeah. That's another thing. Yeah.
It goes up, 10%, and then it comes down 4%. I mean, it's like, okay.
Yeah, when Cardano was below a quarter, I think I did probably 5 to 10 videos a month, just literally telling people, go reach in your pocket and pull out some change because it's worth. You're better off converting that to Cardano, and Cardano for less than 25 cents is just fantastic. Where we are right here, right now, and you can even look. And then we can go down. This is actually it's actually kind of nice. It's kind of like, if you look into, trying to think of what the analogy would be, but it's kind of like when you're power ranking things, even like we talk football a lot, it's kind of like the sleepers, not like the chalky favorites, at the top and the top 5. We're not looking at those top 5 performers that year in, year out, they're going to be good. Kind of like that, those like that 8 to 20 range where they're just hanging around ready to make a move. And, they don't get the credit, maybe, that they don't get the spotlight, but they're definitely there. Okay.
It's a good comment there. 77K Thomas. Holding Cardano is like watching us go uphill.
I'm with you. I've been holding Cardano so long, I think I forgot my seed phrase. I don't even know how to use it. It's been so long. But
yeah. We'll get to Matic. Definitely. I like Matic a lot there. Honest opinion on ICP. Richard, we'll get there as well. Real quick before we continue this discussion, appreciate everybody out there. Real quick, if you guys have forgotten to hit the like button, it's okay. There's still time, and it takes like no time at all. Hit that like button for us real quick. It really, really, truly helps us push this out to new people. I know it's Friday night. Bunch of degens out here on YouTube trying to come in here and have a night. So get yourself a beer. Get yourself a glass of whatever and enjoy. But so real quick on Cardano. So by the way, guys, Mark and I talk Cardano. We're both heavily invested in Cardano, and he's right, man. And I've said it in my videos too. Cardano was at 25 cents for seemingly ever. Would not move, and it's so tough to buy it, especially when. And I know you heard this shit. Especially when you had everybody saying, "Don't buy it now. Cardano's going to 10 cents." Cardano's going to go lower.
No. It was zero. Cardano was going to zero.
Yeah, zero.
That was where Cardano was going to. I had to go back to middle school math. I was trying to learn how to do that whole song and dance where you put the zeros on the left side of the decimal and use the all that kind of. I was sweating it. I was worried that almost hundreds of billions of dollars was just going to just fall right off the table, and it scared me. Whew.
I know, man. It was crazy. The talk was crazy, but we're here. We're back, and even though we're dialing back to 53, 54 cents, I'm starting to get interested again. We can take a look at that later. I'm almost a buyer again here at Cardano. I like Cardano under 50 cents, so we'll see if it gets down there. There's Mark's channel too, linked there. Make sure you guys go over there. Give him a subscribe, especially if you guys like what you're hearing. And again, he's one of my friends in the space and talking crypto over there on his channel all the time. Another voice, another great person to listen to. Cardano at just $7 in this bull run. Thoughts on that? I think so.
Yeah. I mean, this bull run.
We went to 3+ in 2021. I think this is Cardano's year. I think it's setting up to be perfect. Bitcoin had its day. Ethereum had its day in the last cycle. This is kind of that range, Cardano, Polkadot, Avalanche. And I think Cardano is really well positioned here.
The thing I'll tell you about Cardano that I think, and it's kind of, I've had this discussion, I don't know if it was you or someone else, but I talked about it in a video on my channel as well. It's kind of something where it poses a question, and it's been something that I've wondered, like I've tried to figure out the answer. But like we talk about all these startups, these shit coins or whatever, and built on Ethereum and so on and so forth. And we talk about Cardano. We got the metrics, the growth metrics, developer activity, the dApps, everything they're doing with upgrades, the evolution and development of their ecosystem. But like, if you look at their NFTs, you look at some of the growth like that, you look at, even if you're not an NFT person, I'm just saying by sheer volume, look into that, you look into some of the ecosystem tokens that they're building. It's just, we don't talk about enough layer ones, and it's kind of like, it's just, there's so much out there to digest. You see it with Solana. I bet you half the people in the world have no clue what Bondcoin was. It already had its run up. It was dead, sleeping on the floor, and then just boom. So, that's what I think we fall short is. It's just, I think the adoption and the crypto education is so lagging with the market that I think that's a lot of reason why Cardano doesn't move up, because nobody has the time or effort to like figure out, oh my God, they're basically an Ethereum. We just don't know anything about them. You know what I mean? Like and then you talk to a couple maxis that watch your channel all the time. They want all your Cardano videos, and it's so vast that they're actually telling you what's going on, because there's so much intrinsic, like with a value standpoint, that you can't even really digest, because all you're hearing about is Bitcoin and Ethereum based crypto. And that's kind of where we're at. That's just my personal opinion. But just to piggyback off of that $7 target, I mean, anything's possible in crypto, guys. I've been through some crazy things, some horrible things, some unbelievable heavenly things. I've seen it all. No one has that crystal ball, but Cardano for me has always been a $10 to $12 target. I bought Cardano as high as $3, and I bought it as low as 20 cents. So, that's why you have to kind of be smart and understand really what you want to get out of it, because it's definitely a longer term play. And there are people that make a ton of money swing trading Cardano. We're going to get into that later on in the stream. I think we had a good topic we wanted to bring up, kind of just piggybacking off of that stuff we talked about earlier with Solana and so on and so forth. But I think there's a lot of other topics people want to get into in the chat. So, kind of going strong here.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, this has been an awesome stream already. Appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with us, rocking with us. Yeah, we're like 43 minutes in, but we still got a lot to get to. So if you guys are enjoying the chat, let us know. Hit the like button, drop a comment down there, drop something in chat. Let us know what's going on, what your thoughts are on all this. Jackie, I got you. We're going to get to Vchain. I saw somebody else ask that too. Still like Vchain. Underperformer back in 2021, but we'll get there. To put a bow on this, I guess maybe this is one way to wrap it up here. If there are 3 on this list that you think could 10x first.
Oh, good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? So Cardano, I think we've kind of hit on that one. So that's one for both of us. And I think if you had to pick 2 more, and really what we're saying here is like, if you had to pick 2 out of, from 9 to 14 here, what would they be? I got my 2. I'll let you go first though.
Yeah. So let me pull up that, because I want to see if something's just outside of that range. Actually, you have it up on the screen, don't you? Can you zoom out a little bit?
Zoom out?
Because I think it's going to be very much easier to get. So we've hit one. That would be my number 2. I would probably say ICP can 10x off this list.
Okay.
In the 16th spot. That would be, and I know that's probably controversial to some, and we're going to talk about that later on. Just from a sheer 10x, can you go down a little bit more? Go just breeze through that 25.
The game was to keep it on this list and down.
Okay. Well, I got to put in ICP. I got it. That's a gimme. I got to put in ICP, and I'd probably I think
and then we'll.
I think they're all. I think this is the sweet spot. Honestly, I think that, with the exception of a few here, I mean, it's like I talked about, like that 8 to 20 range where you just have. I mean, Dogecoin can do it just from a sheer meme standpoint, and that can be wild. You saw with SHIB, but from this list, I mean, Polkadot, Polygon, Chainlink, ICP, those would be the ones that stick out to me. Yeah.
It's 100%. So fun that we always skip over Tron, and I'm right there with you. I think nobody likes Justin Sun, but
I think it's that.
But for me, Polygon. Okay, so here's the thing with me on Polygon. I think Polygon is the best crypto on this list.
Okay,
maybe ICP. Actually, I can't say that. Polygon, ICP, and Chainlink are by far, I think, the best three
from this list. Yeah, and I probably have Polkadot more, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Here's the problem with Polygon and Chainlink for me, though. And ICP is interesting in this way because ICP is very, how do I say this? VC friendly, but they also have a really strong community. Chainlink and Polygon, very VC heavy, techie, no community, very little community. Why is that? I don't understand that. I mean, you and I see this. I mean, all you got to do is make a Polygon video on YouTube. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. It's crazy.
Polygon has done more for this space in the last year and a half in terms of bridging the gap from Web 2 to Web 3. Go look at the partnerships. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. You've got Starbucks, Mercedes-Benz, Disney. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on. You can have Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks has a whole NFT program on Polygon, built on Polygon.
Now, let me say something real quick.
Very interesting. I just don't know why they don't have a community. Is it because they're based in India? Is that a disconnect? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Chainlink, I kind of get it. It's not sexy. It's really not even a standalone. It's more of a bridge currency, right? It's more of a bridge crypto, like the interoperability aspect, right? Allowing blockchains to interact with other blockchains and oracles. Very unique, right? And I think Chainlink is super undervalued. It just 100%. Doesn't have that community that ICP
is. And it doesn't have that figurehead. I think that's another thing. Cardano has Hoskinson.
Well, Chainlink has a figurehead. He's just not as outspoken as Hoskinson.
That's my point. He's not front and center, and he's not. Correct. They're not making any kind of effort to be front and center. They're just saying, we're Chainlink. We're $13.92. Come get us. Come buy us. And and unless you're a crypto person, and that's kind of what we were talking about, even like expanding our knowledge, like I want to know more. Like we're getting into some crazy stuff. This isn't just layer ones. This is Web3. This is way past just the whole like mining Lightning Network. We are 20 miles down the road, and there's still 5 million miles left. That's how in depth crypto is going to get in the next 5 years, in my opinion. But just we'll get back to that VC topic, especially because that's been a highlight of my coverage, especially with ICP. But back on ICP, firmly, if you look at that chart, guys, firmly believe the all-time chart with ICP, 10x for me. That's definitely kind of where I'm at. A lot of people are glass half full because of the VC within that, the decentralized nature of it. But you can't deny the run it's been on. That's number one. And you look at the all-time highs. It kind of speaks for itself if we're going to talk about 10x. But that is another thing I want to piggyback off of my statement is within XRP being in its own category. ICP is on that list as well in that 4 or 5 crypto that I talk about that are in their own list and category, their own niche when it comes to what they do, why they're even around in terms of utility. And that's kind of XRP, ICP for me. VC or not, it's just truly, it doesn't even matter. Security debate, whatever you want to do, however you want to debate it, spin it, I don't really care. We can cut it 1,000 different ways. But if we just look at crypto like companies and just for what they provide for us and not just from an investment standpoint, they're just in their own category. Okay.
I think Lone Rider, go ahead, sorry.
No, and that's speculation versus utility. That's exactly
and I
in that speculation phase because like we talked about this. Like once we get there, once crypto's adopted, crypto's going to be stable. You know what I mean?
a lot more
Like
stable
once
than
all, yeah,
right.
like think about this. Like once all the Bitcoin's gone, the price isn't, it's gonna be more like a currency where yeah, it's gonna go up, like how the US dollar can be worth $1.05 or 95 cents or whatever, just throwing out numbers hypothetically. And that's gonna be more like it's not gonna be like how the US dollar can be worth 33 cents. We're not gonna hit
Mm.
that territory when all the supply's gone and we've reached like max, you know, demand. So
Yeah. I mean, with ICP, it's been an unbelievable ride, and I've come around to ICP quite a bit. Real quick plug though for my trading indicator. Look at this. I gotta show this. Mark just got access to it today, by the way, so he's gonna be fired up with that. But this thing fired momentum up, man. Look at this thing. Back on October 1st,
yeah.
300% move in 87 days on the daily.
And you notice there is no momentum down that's flashed. So I think that's one where, that's
well,
kind
I
of
mean, look at
interesting.
this, right? Back in December, we got the little pullback, right? I mean, this looks very similar, dude. Look at this.
Yep.
Very similar what happened here. We got the pullback, then it got a little
Big
bit
green
boring.
candle.
If this starts getting a little boring here, look out, because our next level is about $20 at last check, I think, until we meet some more resistance.
And that's in looking at some of the articles and analysis and breakdowns with ICP, it's in that $22 is kind of where we're looking at for the next leg up. Obviously, nobody has a crystal ball and not financial advice, but it's for me in my ICP, it's $22 is where I'm going to really start looking at profits. I think.
I mean,
Now, when I say
go ahead.
what's up, no, and this profits is profits. It's not like dumping and never getting back in. It's just going back to that chart. It's dumping, waiting for the red, and buying the dip.
What's crazy about ICP is you look at that. It looks like a rug pull, right? I mean, it was interesting because
100%, yeah.
Because it ICO'd at such a high valuation. So
yeah,
I got grilled for this. I made one of my first ICP videos I made. I kind of addressed this and basically said they were too high of an evaluation. And let's just call it what it is in my case here. And I could be wrong. And a lot of people have come at me for this. But from my knowledge, from what I'm still seeing and reading and hearing and what I've gathered here is a lot of the private money sold and got out. That's not a bad thing, guys. That means the private investors made their money. Now it's time for the regular Jimmies and Joes to make theirs. And a lot of people grilled me for that. That's not what happened, blah, blah, blah. It's not VC, blah, blah. Well, that's not what I'm reading, right? It's okay. And so I had a sour taste in my mouth because the VCs were in control of it. I know a lot of other big YouTubers who still feel that way. I've come around to have a different feeling on ICP now, especially understanding that they're not as centralized as I thought they were. And they have made some really good adjustments to things like tokenomics and obviously building a strong community, right? They've got people behind them in what they want to do. How you think about this is it's decentralized software, right? They can essentially build anything for the blockchain, anything. Like we're talking a whole new internet, right? A completely decentralized internet. They're at the precipice. What's that word? Not precipice. You know what I'm trying to say. What the hell is that word?
Precipice.
You're at the precipice of that,
Forefront.
right?
Forefront. Yeah.
I was looking for it, but yeah, I mean, because a lot of people look at this chart. You know how it goes, man. A lot of people look at this and be like, well, "What the hell happened?" Well, that's what I think happened. They were overvalued, significantly overvalued, in my opinion here, right? And they came out at a 428. What does that even equal to? $428. So they were valued here. Let's figure that out because they're $12 right. They're a $6 billion app at $12.
Yeah,
what do they value their company at? $428. All right. So what is that? The coin perspective. All right. So ICP at what did I say? 428.
Mm-hmm.
They were valued at $195 billion when they came out to market. It's too big of a valuation. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, but now it looks good. Now it looks really good, and I think they're on a really good path forward, and that's okay. Like things can change, right? And we're still early.
And that's kind of like a highlight. I don't know how versed people are with like traditional finance, but the number one, a huge issue, I should say, not number one, a huge issue with crypto is a lot of people want to get rich quick. They get into the space, they don't know what they're doing, and we throw around terms, and that's kind of where that chart looks very eerily similar to how Altcoin did their ICO or whatever, and that's why using the term market cap is actually like a horrible thing to do within crypto, because it's a meaningless term that can be manipulated, and it gives you that false sense of value. Okay, and that's something where, yeah, it's what the tokenomics equate to, but it's not actually meaningful. So it can be whatever it wants to be. It's just more so just how we're measuring how much money is into a crypto, but it's not actually like truly a representation of an actual market cap like you would have for Google, say, or Apple.
Correct.
So that's where we look at this and we get all, so.
Jamie listen to Six Figs explaining the reason. Yeah, I mean, and listen, I could be missing something completely. I could be leaving something out. Admittedly, I've not dove deep into this, but I mean, I've looked at it enough to say like it was overvalued in my opinion. I do have to learn more, and I've been saying that in all my ICP videos. But interesting there, Jamie. I'll definitely check that out. Six Figs, is that on YouTube? I'll check that out. Six Figs, because I actually do want to learn more about it.
And there's actually something kind of crazy, I think, that I read about ICP is, for those of you that are in the music game, Insane Clown Posse, I think there was a lot of people who, he gets a little popularity from that regard too, but people sell out of it, and then that's a lot of things with the VC as well, and this was massively overvalued, I think, from the start. Okay. And that's kind of crazy just to look at how that dumped off, and there you go. So 700 to 16, and
New York Times.
You can do the math. So
New York Times. Here you go. The internet computer. It's a different story now. Lost 90% of its value. Something went wrong. ICP tokens through the blockchain. In a report, Arcam noted that a token dropping over 90% in the first month after launch is highly unusual. There you go. Arcam is a huge intelligence agency. Very, very well respected in the industry, guys. Arcam Intelligence, crypto analysis firm, tracked ICP tokens through the blockchain. In a recent report shared with Dealbook, Arcam noted that a token dropping over 90% in the first month. That's what happened, guys. Dropped 90% the first month. Arcam said that it found 44 probable insider addresses that deposited 10 million ICP tokens worth over $2 billion at the time of exchanges, which coincided with significant drops in the price of ICP. Small investors were stuck with a complicated process and limited customer support, blah, 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 blah. So, listen, there's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
That's what they were previously.
Yeah, that's the entity behind ICP.
Yes, by the
Definity Foundation. Just yes. They kind of go interchangeable. So yeah, there you go. So
Silicon Valley backers like Andreessen Horowitz. So I mean, yeah, and those are reasons why people don't get around to it and don't like it. But here's the thing: we'll end this ICP, or if you want to put a bow on it, you can. I don't care, Mark.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
That's in it.
Okay, like maybe I would care more if I got burned back then, but now it's time to make money. Now I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're looking at it now and saying, okay, you're basically at the bottom, you're at the basement, you know what they valued the company at. I mean, you know what they're building. If they actually come to fruition here, we might be looking 5 to 10 years from now at a, I don't know, $1,000 or $600 ICP, and nobody cares.
So put up TC Orange. I'm sorry, that's probably more in line of what name is, but that's kind of what I was getting at with my market cap explanation. That's something that keep in perspective when it relates to ICP. So, but like just to put a bow on what we're talking with, what you were just saying is, yeah, I don't care. I wasn't part of that. If whoever was, like, I empathize. It's happened to all of us.
Yeah,
we've all been in projects that maybe not necessarily a rug or a slow rug, or it just shit happens, for lack of better words, and.
Yep.
That's in the past, but yeah, can ICP 10x from here? Absolutely.
100%.
And especially if that VC money comes back into the game.
100%.
So, it all works both ways. The VC can be my exit liquidity.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be the traditional way.
Right. And you're right. Today, you're still looking at number 16 ranked crypto by market cap, building something really special if it comes to fruition. And yeah, I mean, There you go. Right. So, all right. Interesting stuff. Guys, hit that like button for us. We've had upwards to 260 people with us, which is awesome for a Friday night. If you guys haven't subscribed to Mark's channel, make sure you guys do so. Where are we at right now? We're still running it up a little bit. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. Not Your Father's Capital. Look at that name. Unbelievable. I'm going to do the little @ symbol here. I'm going to drop that in. Go get him on YouTube. Give him a subscribe.
Also on X, too. I think X goes very underappreciated. Hard to get people on X.
Too. Same handle on X, too. There you go. Bang.
Appreciate you guys.
So there was a couple other good comments. ICP's looking good, guys. Okay, wait. Your thoughts on H bar hitting $1? I do like that long term. I do like H bar a lot. No, Eric had a really good comment way back up here. So Eric, I appreciate you, man. This was a good thought. So I want to kind of get to this. Oops. Where did I? Oh, what am I doing here? That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to do something. All right, there we go. Never mind. Just a thought. What happens when crypto does what we expect it to do in the future and we want to take profits, but fiat has very little value? I've been wondering what to do next if that happens. Interesting thought.
Grab your gun. That's a joke. Yeah. Because if crypto has more value than fiat, then grab your gun, because the world would be in like an apocalyptic state. But that's just kind of, seriousness. It would be a crazy time in that regard, but that's kind of a joke.
For sure. I'll say this. If you pose this question to some Bitcoin maxis, they would tell you, buy more Bitcoin, because they can't take that away from you. They can't control it. You'll be able to spend it however you want, when you want, where you want, etc. So I guess you look toward those cryptos that are more store of value, right? Like your Bitcoins, maybe KASPA.
Yeah, and that's kind of the issue I think we're going to run into, that I'm most concerned about. And I think that's why politics goes very, very much underappreciated within crypto talk. And we hate talking I love talking politics, but I won't mix the two. I try to avoid mixing the two on YouTube. Keep it 100. But what I'm getting at is it really does matter, because, there was talk about Biden imposing a huge crypto tax, like upwards of 35+%. I think I was reading. Like, I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of crypto traders that can't afford a millionaire's tax on their crypto holdings. It's getting taxed going in.
I heard, Mark, real quick on that point, I heard it's going from like 20% or something to like 34.
Yeah, 38. I even heard it's something where that's just absolutely ridiculous. Where you're basically become a 500K plus earner in terms of tax purposes, and then that new regulation for 2024, where any transaction of 10K has to be submitted, or it could be a felony. Read into that. If you pull up that legislature, that's a witch hunt. That's what'll happen, though. It's happened not just with crypto, but other entities and avenues, and it could have been, alcohol, gambling, like just anything the government wants to regulate.
Right.
They do it with taxes. And they do it with, taking just cutting your legs out where you can't function. And that's kind of where crypto's defying all that, because of how much value is actually inside. And that's the beauty of crypto, and the beauty of Bitcoin is you are like a rage against the machine kind of person, and not to, get all, conspiracy theorists and all that extremism and whatnot. But, it is going to be a battle of sorts, I think, as we develop, just to show you, like, to kind of finish Eric's comment and the future of all that. It would just be a crazy time where, Coinbase is essentially like a Federal Reserve in a stretch of imagination. And I know that's a bad analogy, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's good stuff. We're going to go back to kind of our list and keep going down there, because there are some gems that I kind of want to hit on too, a little bit further down the list here. And I know we got some great questions coming in. Eric, that was a good one. You're welcome, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate you. Sounds like you've been rocking with us since the Shiba Inu days, early, but we've come a long way from then, and we're just getting started, man. And Mark's on this journey too. And crypto's an avenue,
fun, man.
Crypto's a way.
Crazy.
wealth, you know? Yeah.
It's kind of crazy too. Like I've just been YouTube, you know, it's been a year now, a little over a year, but it's kind of crazy. It starts to snowball and people, you know, they start following you and you start having an impact and more so just being real. It's kind of cool because like your memory's weird. And like I remember the first person who subscribed to my channel, still to this day, comments on all my videos. And like, so don't think you guys are just out there, you know, sitting staring at your screen. Like everything matters. Everything matters, and nothing is like small and minute. Everything's taken to heart, and at least with the good people. I know Zach. You know there are some assholes in the world, but I think you're staring at a couple.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, for
opposite
sure. I mean, there's a lot of good people too, and the thing is, man, crypto is a vehicle that I think is unlike anything else we've ever seen. Right? It's an opportunity to be really early to something that we think is going to get a lot bigger. And, you and I sitting here 33, 34 years old, we didn't have the chance to really get into the .com era and like be in there early and, make a ton of money because we were early to something. This is kind of our next thing. And this is how I'm looking at it. It's 20 years later. We're trying to guess right. We're trying to get out ahead of something, stake our, flag in the ground and have conviction in something. And I think crypto and blockchain, along with AI, which, I mean, we can have a whole stream on AI cryptos, which maybe we will here in the coming days. That would be cool. Because I think this is what it's about, right? Like we're trying to get ahead of the game and as well as we can. So, all right, enough rambling here. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Any thoughts on new coin Shido going crazy? I've heard about Shido, but I've not looked at that today. Shido Finance, is that they were actually pretty big at last check. Price prediction on VET. A lot of people want Vchain. All right, we will look at Vchain here. Just making sure I didn't miss on anything. I know Vito wants Vchain as well. Okay, let's hit on Vchain because there's more than a few people asking about VET. Mark, I don't know. Have we ever? I don't think we've ever talked about Vchain together. Are you bullish on Vchain? Do you like it? And then we'll come back up to Shib and kind of go through some of these.
There's a lot of people love it for 2024. I've heard that, and it's something where, and that it's not so much that it's just what they're into. I'm into. I'm kind of a bad person to talk about because of my thoughts with NFTs and all that, and just all that realm. I don't know. It's just there's a lot of different things to get into in crypto, and just for me, it's a huge potential. It's just maybe I'm wrong, but it's just kind of not for me at this moment.
So I think Vchain, I personally think Vchain has has just as much of a use case as, say, XRP or like. Yeah. Actually, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say like it makes sense, like XRP makes sense. That's what I'm really trying to say. In that, what is Vchain trying to do? They're trying to build solutions for supply chain management in a ton of different areas, right? So you're talking about retail, agriculture. Supply chain management is ripe for blockchain technology, logistics, right? Storing data in a better way that helps businesses grow. Makes sense, right? The problem with Vchain is it just hasn't taken off the way they thought it would. Part of that is it hasn't got the community backing yet, but there's still time. We're still super early. Now, keep in mind, Vchain's at 3 cents today. We were at 27 cents at last check, if my memory serves. Our all-time high, yeah.
Last all-time high, yeah.
3 years ago, 27 cents, 28 cents, basically, if you round up.
Where was the inception?
We're a 9x away. That's a good question. I want to say 20.
When you look at it's kind of another thing, piggyback off that. Pretty much all crypto is 9x away.
Here it is. You're right. A lot of the top ones, you're right. 9 to 10, 9 to 12x.
Yeah.
Vchain began in 2015 as a private chain. It was a private blockchain working with a host of enterprises to explore applications of blockchain. They began their transition to public blockchain in 2017 with their token VEN, before launching a mainnet of their own in 2018 using the ticker VET. They aim to be distributed governance and Internet of Things, create ecosystems which solves major data hurdles for multiple global industries. from medical to energy, food, beverage, sustainability, supply chain. That's really where the focus is.
And let me say something else that kind of why Vchain's not that for me right now. I'm sure, and this is where I was getting at. If we're 9x from everything in some of the mid to large cap crypto, so hitting that 10x is going to be nothing. We're approaching, if we truly get to where we're getting to with this Bitcoin ETF and institutions inflow, it's going to get to that dart throwing phenomenon where pick your crypto. We're going to all 10x, and that's going to take a lot of the guesswork out of it. But for me, where we stand today, you can look at all this enterprise and on all that with logistics and supply chain. It's just like we talk about with other cryptos. It's not sexy right now, right? There's no figurehead. There's no flashy stuff. No marketing campaign, really. It's just a blockchain that has a lot of potential, and they're doing a lot of good things with utility. But we all like flashy stuff. We like the sexy choices, and Vchain is, for me, it's just not that sexy choice that it's going to get the institutional money and the retail money, because the people buying it for their logistics standpoints, for their supply chain, that's like back office hospital people that don't even have a Coinbase account. I know exactly the people that are doing that in terms of making those decisions, and I know a lot about supply chain, and it's just crypto is great for that. Blockchain would be epic, and it would solve a lot of problems. But that's kind of not like the crypto we're chasing right now. We're chasing this, crazy gains, and it's just not going to be sexy. It's going to be a different ride, and that's just kind of why. If you're into Vchain because you want to solve the world's problems and have a better place, then it's put your heart into Vchain. But if you're looking for like a sexy 10x tomorrow, it's just my capital is better spent elsewhere. For me, that's that's how I'm just going about it. So I'm probably not the best person to talk to because it's that dart throwing phenomenon. I just have things higher on my list. I'm not fudding Vchain. I just can't buy them all. You can't buy them all. That's what I'm getting at.
They're paying you to FUD Vchain.
Yeah. So
that's what I heard.
So. I wish somebody was.
I heard they're paying you to FUD Vchain. That's what I heard.
I don't really like people telling me how it.
That was hilarious. Go ahead.
No, I just would say I don't mind people paying me, but I don't really care if they're paying me or not. I'm still going to tell you how I feel, whether 100%. Good or bad. That's the biggest thing.
If it goes sour, and you talk.
I'll talk about Vchain if you want to pay me, but I'm not gonna bullshit you.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing. I think you're right, but I think the narrative will flip though eventually, because you have to kind of see like what type of investors are here right now.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the communities are endless.
Correct, and it's like, but once like this whole thing flips and you get institutions and big players coming in, and then all of a sudden this big group over here gives Vchain a bunch of money, and then they start marketing it and talking about it, and it's like, oh, look who's behind us, who's backing us. The enterprise solutions, the enterprise companies, they will have a place in crypto. It's just not right now.
Yeah, and that's kind of we actually kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. It's just crazy, like the amount of people it's just so like the competition, right? Like there's just so many cryptos, and there's going to be more cryptos forming, more risers, and it's truly a huge space where you can have Hedera, you can have all those Vchain, you can have the whole top 25 list and let them all 10x, and crypto is still going to be vast. It's still going to be successful, and there's going to be more entering the fold,
Yeah. Tom, it's beautiful here today, man. I got to tell you, it's beautiful. It was 82 today where I'm at here. So yeah, man, I know what you're dealing with, man, from being from Ohio too. So.
What's the hockey team? What's your team?
Who's the squad?
Little Canadian shout out.
Let's see what he says. There he is. Theta, we got VRA. I like Theta still. Theta's an interesting one. It hasn't taken off yet, man. Miss Bartle, but I still like Theta a lot. That's decentralized video streaming. They are listed on the AI sector now, I believe. Let me see. Top AI crypto project. You can see I've searched this before. I think they listed Theta in the AI sector now. So I think they're. Oh wait, that's not the one I want. I want the actual just CoinMarketCap list. There we go. Yeah, they got Theta there, ranked number 60, a little over 1 billion. Yeah, I still like it. I love this one back in 2021. It slowed down a little bit in the bear market. I think it'll make a resurgence. It will. It'll come back. Still listed as one of the top AI cryptos. You got ICP, Injective, the Graph, Render, and Theta. So we're still right there. I like it long term.
The graph is an interesting one.
I like the Graph a lot.
Yeah, I like that's a very, very interesting, interesting crypto.
Or a thought. How big does this market cap get? The overall AI big data market cap. Right now it's at 22 billion. How big does that get? Peak bull run here, 2020. I mean,
well, that's kind of the good with the bad, man. That's what my fear is. And if somebody wants to add to this comment, it's kind of tying into the market cap and this bull run. My fear is that the true like crypto, it just becomes too much traded within Wall Street, right? Bitcoin ETF, fine, but is that the tip of the iceberg? I posed a question, I think, talked to you a little bit about it. Are we going to have meme coin ETFs? Are we going to have? Is it going to truly piggyback? Are we going to have stable coin ETFs? Are we going to have AI ETFs? Like within the ETF world, it gets absolutely resoundingly crazy. And I know everybody's going to be like, yeah, well, you can't do it for this, you can't do it for that. And sure, but I'm just saying, where are we going with all of this institutional money? Because really, guys, it's a second go round. Like all that money left. That was the crash. That was the crypto crash. It was the money leaving from Wall Street, from hedge funds, institutions, and now it's supposed to come back. That's what I'm getting at. Is this truly a bull cycle? Is it a organic crypto bull cycle, or is it just bullshit? You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of where I'm at, because what's our adoption rate? Has it grown since 2020, 21? Wallet addresses are increasing, but are we getting organic growth, or is it institutional growth? And I kind of want to weed out the bad. That's kind of what we talked about. This was a good thing for crypto, people leaving, right? All that money's gone. If they want to come back, great, but let's get stronger and bigger and better before it comes back in. Let's get that 5 to 10% adoption instead of 4.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to note, as this gets bigger, this whole thing, bull runs are going to be less. Sorry about that.
Who's that? Jesus Christ, get her.
We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch this in a second, but you know what I mean.
YouTube ads. No.
I know, man. I guess that's how people got to get paid sometimes.
And that's another thing. We don't pick the ads. The ads. So you guys hear all those AI? Do not do that stuff. That is a scam. Yeah. Don't click that stuff.
There's a lot of them going on, guys. There's one on Michael Saylor right now. There's a ton of them with Brad Garlinghouse I've seen on my videos. Those are all fake. So do not get.
Hoskinson.
Yeah,
that sounds too good to be true. On Tom's
team's the Blackhawks, by the way.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Yeah, the outstanding rookie player. I do a lot of sports. I financially involve myself into the sports arena as well. So I'm very much in tune with the NHL.
Did you see what Eric Kane said way up here? I skipped over that. That was something I wanted you to see. Look at this. Best low cap project. Fox One Sports, not listed on major exchanges yet. FX1 Sports, AI sports betting. Merry Christmas. You better write that down. We got to look at that. Eric, we got to check that out. I don't know what's going on with that.
Whoa. All right, we get to talk crypto and sports betting in the same stream. It's a Christmas game twice. Holy hell.
Whoa.
So, we might need to pull that one up, Eric. I don't even know.
Is that Shea Gillis? Whoa. He goes, what's his name? He's like, yeah, my dad sits there and watches Fox News every night. He's like, whoa, the rockets are flying over there. Whoa.
That's how they'll get you.
Whoa, that's how you get Mark right there. Mention FX1 Sports token. There you go. AI sports betting. That's hilarious. Vito, no, just down here for a little bit, man, bouncing around. But yeah. Look at their X. Oh God. All right, we got to look at it, Eric. What the hell? The hell's going on
Who's
here?
X? Oh God.
FX1? Is it?
I didn't plan on buying. I thought I was done buying crypto for the day, but this could get interesting.
Our first dev diary of the year is here. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's a medium. Oh God.
Oh God. Oh God.
This just came out 8 hours ago.
I have no clue what this is. Is it all combat games, UFC stuff?
I'm trying to skim it. Okay, it's a new app. Okay, know how fast each fighter is striking, miles per hour. Know how hard each fighter is striking. See our AI predict to win at many points during the fight. Okay. Does it have a crypto element here, or is this just an AI kind of? Oh, supercharged AI sports betting.
Just for MMA.
That's what it looks like. Coming soon, staking. Staking contract and webpage are making progress. Oh, dude, it's a token. You'll be able to stake FX1 and earn rewards in Ethereum. What? Well, they say everything's got to be redesigned and reimagined for the blockchain. Everything needs to be tokenized. The tokenization of real-world assets. Here we go. Interesting. All right. Well, I think we're both shell shocked after that. All right. Interesting. Eric, thanks, man. We'll check this out, dude. We will see what's going on with that. Peer-to-peer sports betting. Roadmap is all other sports. Everything of value will be tokenized. I agree, Eric, for sure. Eric's out in Miami. Shout out to Eric too. Eric's been rocking with us on the channel for a while.
Hey Eric, what happened with all those that police response in Miami? That was the most police cars I've ever seen.
I heard people were making a big deal. I heard there was
I heard it was fireworks.
No, it was like a threat that wasn't a threat, and there was a bunch of kids fighting. But it was something significant. I don't want to say it because YouTube will sometimes.
It better not have been a threat. There was pretty much every cop car in Florida was around that mall.
That was crazy. Black Hacks, bettered rookie crushing it. Mimic all star. Vito knows. Vito's all over it. KASPA 20x minimum incoming 2025. We haven't got to KASPA yet. All right, we should probably close the loop on some of those. All right.
Yeah, we got a lot of loops open here.
Yeah, we're just putzing around here. All right, so where do you want to start here? We covered all the way through ICP. SHIB's 10x would be a new all-time high, just over the previous all-time high.
I think something interesting to talk about possibly would be, Litecoin, how that coincides. I think with that halving with Litecoin and just historical trend lines with how that was, and it's kind of fascinating to look back at Litecoin. There's a couple other ones.
The silver to Bitcoin's gold. It never gets any love.
Yeah,
but they've got a decent community. I mean, you get a lot of people. I know you probably see it on some of your videos and comments and stuff. Talk about Litecoin more. What about Litecoin halving? I see it all the time.
What was that interesting thing? Let me look this up, so I don't want to misspeak. But go on.
Yeah, I mean, this range is kind of a weird range for me. I mean, you got some stable coins here. Bitcoin Cash, not interested. Uniswap's probably a good bet, but I've never invested in Uniswap token.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm afraid of with Uniswap. I think eventually these governments, especially in the US, are going to try to move everybody off of decentralized exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, do I want that? No, but I'm being like my realist brain is saying it's going to happen. Like all the spot trading is going to be done on Coinbase and Kraken, basically, or whatever two they decide, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's going to be some compromise. There has to be. It's going to get great with CBDC talk, and it's just getting
correct.
Somebody's going to give, but they can't. That's the other thing. They can't, because if it's truly centralized, nobody, like who you going to reprimand? The holders, not the creators,
right? Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Cosmos is one I have a little bit, but I don't own nearly as much, and all I hear are good things. I really need to. I need more time in the day, man, to deep dive in some of these cryptos that I'm not really up to speed on, and I should be. You know how it is, though, man. You start getting locked in a little bit, and I try not to. I really make a concerted effort not to get locked in, but there's always something new happening. You got to chase this and chase that, and you kind of forget about some of these oldies and goodies. But Cosmos is definitely one of those. You got any thoughts on any of these on screen here?
Near protocol, go down, talk about that a little bit, but nothing really too XLM. And then that's pretty much it. You could go even further, and we could talk about a couple in the 30s, but nothing.
Here's a quick question. If you can only invest in one, XRP or XLM, what would it be?
That's a very good question.
Chris, thanks for becoming a new member on the channel,
man. Guess it depends on your timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely. That's been pretty much a controversy too. Is within, like chicken or the egg, like which one you want to go after. So, it's a tough one.
See a video.
I'm more of a both fan with a gun to my head, but
yeah, XRPs for the banks, right? For the institutions, XLMs for the people, XLMs for the small businesses. Jed McCaleb kind of got up and left and started his thing. And, I think they're both going to do well overall. But I think if I had to pick one, it'd be XRP.
Yeah.
I think it has so much upside just because the big players you're dealing with there.
And it's already kind of like
solidified. Made. Yeah, for sure. Not to say Stellar's a bad play or anything like that, but anything else catch your eye here? Injective has been crushing it. One of the top AI cryptos, layer one. To my knowledge, Injective's kind of they're not necessarily focused on one thing either. They're more of an ecosystem, like kind of open to all types of AI protocols and projects and things like that, building on top of this layer one. So, whereas like Render's kind of niche down, which they've had a run too, but.
And this is a very interesting stretch here. Filecoin, Monero, Aptos, and Hedera. I mean, those are, the HBAR community is real. Monero has a nice little thing going, and Filecoin's actually very, very fascinating.
It's an OG.
And that's kind of, believe it's kind of in that same realm with an ICP, just a little different. So it's getting fascinating because like we're having this kind of like prep. This is kind of like we could have named the title this like bull cycle prep. Like, which cryptos are we getting into? And it's kind of fascinating because I haven't done it in a while, so this is good.
No, I love it, man. One to consider here we're talking about Filecoin, Arweave. Essentially, it can do everything Filecoin can. A little bit newer. That could be one in the next bull cycle. I think Arweave's in the top 100. If not, it's just outside. It goes in and out. There it is, 99 Arweave. So that could be a newer one, a little newer play, smaller market cap. That's very similar to what Filecoin essentially can do. Everything they can do. A little bit more new age. Filecoin's an OG though. I mean, it has not budged. I want to talk about Aptos real quick though.
Okay.
Aptos is a big sleeper. We saw the Ethereum killer moniker, right, which was Solana, crush it.
I hate that term, but
I know, so do I. The ETH killers. Now they got a new one now, the Solana killers. Yeah. And guess who it is? It's Aptos. Aptos is never seen bull market yet. Guys, it's never seen a bull market. Look where it's ranked. Think about that. It's ranked 33. It has not seen a bull market yet. KASPA is the only other crypto you could say that about in this range, right? Arbitrum, I guess there's a few here, but that's layer 2. But I mean, like Aptos, KASPA, 2 layer 1s right here, 33 and 37, that have not seen a bull market yet. Now, keep this in mind too. I think I got the article. Microsoft has partnered with Aptos. This came out back in August. New blockchain AI tools. Aptos is getting heavy in AI. They should be listed on the top AI crypto page on CoinMarketCap. They're not, but they're getting heavy into AI. So this is a big deal. There's Crypto Wendy covering it there. So yeah, they check this out too. Aptos Labs, a developer of a layer 1 blockchain started by former Facebook employees to bring the company's scrap DM project, formerly Libra, to life again. You have the same people who invested in Facebook's play, which was Diem, formerly Libra, now into Aptos. That's how they are ranked 33. That's how they're this big. They've got huge VC pockets, huge money. And they surged out of the gate. And now they're kind of just floating around. Nobody's talking about them. And that's the exact time when you should be buying, right? That's what we always say. It's like you want to buy these when nobody's talking about them. If you wait too long and like bonk, right, you're too late. So I think Aptos is a huge, huge sleeper, man. I really do. I think this could be this cycle's Solana.
Yeah, they had. I just read something about Aptos. I think I'm gonna bring it up. But something they did caught my eye.
We'll share it too. But I mean, yeah, I think you mentioned HBAR, love it. But Aptos to me is very interesting because again, not a lot of people are talking about it. And guys, it's down 11% in the last 24 hours.
I do think Aptos is definitely going to be, for me, it's going to be a buy. It's going to be a buy here, I think.
I mean,
I touched on that thing I was talking about, and that is,
it was great down here at $5 back in October. But I mean, still, hell, you could have got it back in 2022, 341. Yeah, I mean, it's all-time high though. What is it, 17 or no, $20 basically? Yeah, $20. But again, hasn't seen the light of day yet. Hasn't seen the bull market yet. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Chris Simpson, new to the channel as a member. I can see your name pops up in green on my end, so I can see your comment there real quick. Bone is a sleeping giant, low market cap and supply. I agree, man. I think so too. I think you're right. I think Bone is definitely. Here's the thing with Bone. This is where it bounces. This is where it gets to and bounces. Take a look at this. Let me go to Trading View. This is actually a great time to buy Bone. Great time to buy Bone, actually. If history repeats itself. Check this out. Here's your daily. We got to reprice the scale. Okay. See those circles? I got them on there. Look where it's bounced. This is November 2022. This is June 2023. And look where we are right now. We're here again. I mean, it bounced off this. I circled it, it bounced off this, and then we came right back down. But look, even this move, there's XT Algo for you again. Flashing a buy signal at 70 cents, sell it at 95. Bang. You can just play this all day, 30% move. I think we're going to get right back down here to 62, 61, and we should bounce. I mean, it's happened all the way back since November 2022. So, there you go. Again, Chris, appreciate you joining the channel, man. Crypto Chris, have you ever checked out Pavia on Cardano? No, Cardano's got so many great plays though too.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Like
so many plays.
Because and they don't even have the it's just not that sexy. Oh, I'm gonna wake up and just check out the top 10 cryptos on Cardano. It's just not hit that mainstream yet. It's there. I mean, I know about it, but the people to make it really move, really truthfully don't. It's just all insider shuffling.
Right. Right. Oh, hello coin. You wanted to hit on that one?
Yeah, bring that up. Someone brought it up in the chat.
Yeah, no, that's been crushed. Hello coin is 100 market cap.
Yeah, it's more in the smaller scale, but look
Great
at that chart though.
Great look.
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I took a look at the chart.
It is on BNB.
Yeah. Low Labs. Now that's very interesting what they're doing.
Yes, the future of crypto and entertainment. Killer Whales TV coming this January, coming this month. So let's follow that. There's Crypto Wendy. Oh, I've heard about this. Yeah, Rand's on there. There's Mario Nafal. Altcoin Daily brothers are on there. Yeah. Interesting. Who else is in there? Those are the ones I recognize. I know that dude from somewhere. So what do they do?
It's a more smaller cap play. I think they're just trying to get into TV, NFT.
I like it. I mean, it's been crushing it.
Space, production, stuff like that, entertainment.
Future of crypto and entertainment, creating TV shows, games, NFTs, and much more. Built on the Hello token, allowing exclusive access to watch our shows and play our games. Hello is available on both BNB and ETH networks.
I like it because it has that possible monetization ticket. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where you're going to get actual speculation turn into actual utility and turn into actual use case.
Yeah, I saw a couple clips on this. Web3 projects from all over the world travel to Hollywood to face the killer whale judges in the hope that they receive enough votes to be crowned the series winner. I think Suka was on here.
Yeah, it's a smaller crypto right now, but solid chart.
Yeah, that's cool.
Altcoin Daily covered it.
That's really cool. Yeah, they're in that picture too. So I think there's some of the judges on there too. That's really cool. That's a really cool idea. I love it. Jasmine, man, I keep telling myself I got to look into this. Mark, you probably know more about Jasmine than I do.
Jasmine was one of the first cryptos I actually bought ever.
That's right.
Horrible idea, but the idea of Jasmine was fantastic. I think the three spec plays I got into crypto were, I think the first three, obviously outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, was Cardano, AMP, and Jasmine. And that was in a weird time, just because of Jasmine, the play with the high ups in Sony, Japan, and having the possibility to become a currency of Japan, and just a lot of speculation. And this was at a time where crypto was very naive, young, and they were more just upside plays. I was looking into, more of an upside game, and that's kind of how I stumbled upon Cardano as well. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I know the community's big. I want to check it out. Eric says FX1's rumored to have a major deal on killer whales as well. Hello, Lab. Interesting. I'm writing down FX1, Jasmine. I'm writing these things down, guys, because always looking at things to look at. Potential for BAD this cycle. BAD's one of the ones I track. I still own a ton of it. I do think it'll bounce. Where is it actually? I think it's got some really good potential. We need to learn more about what they're actually building, but the chart still looks really good. They're just consolidating right now. The volume's still there. So I mean, yeah, they're still hanging in there tough. I mean, they had a great run back in August, yeah. But I like them, man. I still own a good amount, so still at an $18 million market cap. Where's Suka at? I'm curious where Suka is. I still own a bunch of Suka too. Still at a 30 mil. They've been consolidating for a while too. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the bull. And shout out to Preem too. I know Jonathan was in the chat earlier. Let me do a quick plug on that real quick, Mark. Hold on one sec. So Preem, they're hosting a crypto event. It's not just about them; it's about all of crypto. So if you guys want to come out and hang out with us, we'll be out in Clearwater, Florida, coming up this month. So hope to see some of you guys out there. If you're, I think Eric, you said you were in Miami. Maybe jot over across the state, man. Come over and check us out in Clearwater. It's open to the public. It's totally free. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're going to be hanging out, talking crypto. I'm going to be up on stage for 15, 20 minutes. But really, I just want to hang out with a bunch of people and meet people, connect, and would love to see you out there. So come on over and check us out. We've got a hotel real close by. We're staying out there. And then Friday night, I think we're going out to, Mark would like this. We're going out to a local racetrack, I think, with a little casino action. Maybe come out and have some drinks with us and stuff. So if you guys want to come out there and check out, the whole idea out there is bringing businesses from Web 2 into Web 3. There's going to be some heavy hitters from USFCR and some other big companies out there as well. So would love to see you guys out there. January 26th is open to the public. I'll go out there on the 25th, hang out with some of the vendors out there, and then public access 9 to 5. I don't know exactly when I'm speaking yet. I got to get with Jonathan on that, but I'll post about it more from now. But would love to see you guys out there. If you guys are interested, go to thepreemtoken.com. So I think it's thepreemtoken.com. Let's see, or just Preem Token. Yeah, preemtoken.com. Scroll down to the bottom, and you can put your name and all this stuff on the contact page, and then just send a message through there saying you are going to attend, just so they can get a head count on how many people are going to be showing up. So there we go. I'm getting tired, man. What do you think?
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up? Here, you know what? Let's wrap it up with a short video on the Bitcoin ETF. This came out not too long ago. You want to play this, and then we'll wrap up the stream?
Yeah. Turn your unmute it, Zach.
It's playing on my end. You can't hear it? Was everybody else able to hear it? Anybody? Hello? We can't hear it. It's not playing right now, but did you hear it? Did you? Okay.
No
sound. All right, never mind.
Probably one of those settings you got to change and cancel the background noise, probably.
I'll drop it in there for you guys. There you go. Check it out after the stream. It's an interesting little 3-minute clip. All right, man. I think let's wrap it up from here, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
It is Friday night, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to have some fun.
Or go to bed. I'm getting too old. Make sure you guys give Mark a subscribe over here. Definitely check out his channel. I'll drop that again in there, right there for you guys. Check it out. He's making great content over here on YouTube, guys. From KASPA to Filecoin. You actually covered Filecoin.
Yeah, and we actually didn't talk about KASPA. I don't think at all. A little bit.
We didn't. We didn't. Do you want to hit on it?
No, it's just another one of those upsides, you know, in that unique category of what they're bringing to blockchain. Very, very strong stuff, I think, in that 4 to 5 list of 4 to 5 cryptos that are just unique for my liking. They're on that list, so we'll be watching them. But
it sounds like you're ready. Sounds like you're ready to go for another hour or something. Do you want to keep the stream going?
Well, I got kids, man, so I'm used to, you know, this is kind of my witching hour. Stop. Everybody's telling us to quit drinking. All these New Year's resolutions. Jesus criminy. He doesn't even drink. He's dry January, right?
Well, I was trying to go dry all the way. You know what I'm going to do? Weekends only.
Weekends only.
Weekends only. One drink on Friday, maybe one on Saturday.
Yeah. Like your OnlyFans account. Just only weekends, you know.
Only weekends, yeah.
Only weekends.
Weekends do we show our feet. All right. That will that'll put a bow on it, I guess.
Wow,
that was fun.
Hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, time flies.
Yeah, so. we had a blast. We covered a lot of ground. Hopefully, you guys got some value out of our craziness. And yeah, man,
don't forget to subscribe on X too. Follow me on X as well, because a lot of that goes overlooked. And I'm trying to reach Zach's 100,000 on X. So
look at that. You got 150 followers. Yeah. All right, guys. All right, what do we say if how many people are left on the stream? 155. If we get to 200, what can we do? Give me something to do.
$50 giveaway, right? We got $50 giveaway on the weekend.
$50 giveaway.
Or you want to do a shot?
Oh God. What do you guys think? Yeah, you got to follow him. And we'll figure out what you guys want to give away. $50, or do you want to see us do a shot? Yeah. First off, he's got to get to 200. So we're at 150. We're still at 150.
Yeah.
We're still at 150.
Nobody uses the Twitter, man. It's tough. It's tough to grow on X.
I'll drop the link so it's a little easier for people to find. There you go. Give him a follow over there. We'll do another giveaway when you get close to 1,000.
Yeah.
We'll
actually, you know what? Just make sure you guys all tune in. Turn on that notification bell. We're going to do. I think we're going to get another live stream in this weekend. So
yeah. No, for sure. Let's
do that. And then that way we can have hopefully 700,000 people and do an actual giveaway that you guys can get some value from. So
let's do that.
So make sure, we'll make sure you guys notifications are on, and we'll get it going, make something special happen.
You think the live stream tomorrow?
Hey man, I got kids. I got all the time in the world at night. So
all right, we'll see what happens. Maybe tomorrow.
We'll
Sunday.
See what happens. Yeah.
All right.
Sunday. It's not Sunday.
Not Sunday. That's football.
NFL.
Sunday.
Yeah, that's football.
Yeah. Tomorrow night sounds good. Plan. All right. We'll see everybody. Thanks again for checking us out. See ya.
Enjoy the weekend. Thank you, guys.